Hello and welcome to Tony Manso Forex. In this video, I'm going to show you a cool feature of the Tony Manso Forex that will work even when the markets are closed like they are now. The market's been closed for a number of hours now, but I can still use MetaTrader and do some cool stuff with it. So first, let's set up a chart. I'm going to set up this guy here, 5 minute, what else? I'm going to get rid of the grid, go in here, and I'm going to turn off the line graph. That's just a personal preference. Okay, and then I'm going to put an indicator on the chart. I'm going to put my trend indicator, and I'm going to set it up for 12 bars and not use day resolution. Oh, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to make the lines thicker because for whatever reason YouTube, oops, now I can't make that go. For whatever reason, YouTube will not show the lines very clearly. Oh, this is not working for some reason. Hang on. Let's try that. Nope. Alright, well that should be good for now. Okay, oh. I better turn on, make these bars wider. Yeah, that's good. And what else? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here is save this template. And here's a cool thing. If you call your template tester and you save it, then when you run the strategy tester, it will, you'll see it's going to be really cool. So I've got this chart, I've got everything set up, 5 minutes, I've got that guy. Let me see if I can get this line. See, it won't even let me double click. It's my video capture software that's messing up my double clicks for some reason. Okay, so I've got that. And now what I'm going to do is, I've saved the template. I'm going to close this chart. I'm going to turn on my, open up my strategy tester. I'm setting it to TMF Trade Manager on the euro dollar, which is the, I either trade euro dollar or euro yen for the most part. Alright, the time period is okay, visual mode is okay. Period M5, spread, you can use the current, but I just for me, I tend to use 2 pip spread because I know I can usually beat that in my live accounts. Alright, expert properties, I've got all these set already. Take profit pips, trailing stop, 1 pip trailing stop, 10 pip min profits. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I got that all set up. And now I'm going to start this back test. Boom. Boom. Okay. And, oh, let's get rid of this guy too. We don't need that. Alright, and now I'm going to, what am I going to do? I got to do chart shift here. Oh, that was the thing I forgot to mention. Okay, you notice how the strategy tester, it automatically set my chart up according to the template that I just saved. So it put this indicator on here. It's using my invisible line graph, right? Excuse me, and everything's set up exactly the way I like. So now what's happening here? We're running a back test. and I'm actually able to place trades in the strategy tester using the hotkeys that I've defined for buy and sell, right? But first thing I want to show you before I do that is I want to show you this trend indicator, because now I'm running the backtest. I'm going to show you at high speed. Check out how the indicator looks when it's adjusting to all the changes in prices and stuff. Okay, ready? Here goes. Pretty cool, huh? If I turn on the bars, see how it follows the bars? It's kind of hard to see on the video. Look at that. Right? Pretty cool. And so, okay. So the reason why I turn off the line chart on here is because with this particular strategy, I don't care what the bars look like. I just care what direction the trend is pointing. So in this case, I'm going to do a sell and wait and see what happens. Right? And then the rest is automatic. Once I get plus 9 pips, I automatically starts a trailing stop, actually plus 10 pips. I start a trailing stop. Eventually the trade will close. There we go. You see the trailing stop is happening right now. Right? It's closed. The trend is still showing as down, so I'm going to place another sell. Now in my live account, I would have the alerter indicator running, and then I don't even have to be here once I've placed that trade. Look, there's another profit trade. Boom, let's do that again. This one will probably end in loss. Hey, my indicator's not updating. Oh, I think I know why, because all this stuff's happening within the same 5-minute bar. There, it just adjusted because a new bar just formed. Right? So that was just a fast move in that 5-minute period. That was very cool. And so on my live account, I would be using the Tony Manso alerter indicator, which will tell me automatically when a trade is closed. So all I need to do is place a trade, then I can go away, let TMF Trade Manager manage the trade for me, and as soon as that trade is closed, once that trade is closed, the alerter will say, ding, there are no more trades open on that chart. I hear it from the other room or from while I'm browsing the web or whatever. I can come back to my chart and look for the next trade. In this case, it would be, place a sell or place a buy according to which direction the trend lines are pointing. Right. So look at that. I've already placed 2 trades. So I made 20 bucks. If you look over here on the left, my current equity is at plus 14, plus 15. But if this trade turns out to be a winner, then my balance will be somewhere above this $28 profit. If I take a loss, then most likely the next trade I place will end in profit. In fact, this trade is starting to look like it's going to be a loss. So let's just wait this one out and see what happens. Hopefully we won't be here for the next 3 hours. Waiting for a trade to close. And so this is kind of how I do when I do my scalping. And by scalping, I don't mean capturing a pip here and a pip there. I'm always going for a minimum of 5 pips. In this particular strategy, I'm going for 10 pips. I have my target set at 5, but I don't start the trailing stop until I've got double my target, which is kind of an interesting deal because the TMF Trade Manager will calculate the trade size based on your profit target, right? And so if I say my take profit pips is 5, which I'm saying here, and my profit target is 4, it's going to place a trade of maybe 0.8 lots. The goal is to be able to make that $4 in 5 pips, right? But then if I have my min profit pips set to 10, then the EA is going to have to wait until I've got at least 10 pips profit before it can start locking in that profit. Okay, so I'm actually capturing double what my target is. And the benefit of that is, let's say I do take a losing trade. Let's say I lose this trade and I'm down, oh, let's see, I'll be down about $12, I think, if I lose that trade. Right. But then I win the next trade. What actually happens is I'll be back at my plus $12. I'll get my $12 back before when I hit 5 pips profit. But then since my minimum profit target, so my minimum profit pips is set to 10, I actually have to capture 10 pips before that trade can close. Right? So not only do I make up my loss, I make back the $12, but I'll make another $12 before I even lock that profit. Oh, this trade looks like it might end up being a winner. We'll see. So what I was saying basically is, if I take a losing trade and then the next trade is a winner, I'm actually further ahead than if I had just won every trade and never had any losers. So the reward for recovering from a loss is actually well worth it, you know. And so that's how I can have a 30 pip stop loss and a 5 pip, well, essentially a 10 pip take profit is what I have here. Even though it shows my setting is set to 5. My min profit pips is 10, which means I can't do anything until I've got at least 10 pips profit. And it's looking like this particular trade is going to be at plus 10 pretty soon here. I just wanted to show a couple of more quick trades before I end this video, but it's starting to look like that may not be the case. I'm gonna do something I don't really like doing. I'm gonna speed it up and see if I can get it closer to... okay. It closed, so I'm gonna open a new one. I try and catch it before it starts trailing so you can see the trailing happening, but I almost never able to almost never able to do that. The trailing stop is only 1 pip, so the chances of it staying trailing for very long are really small. But once in a while I've had some trades even in the last few days where I've captured like 23 pips with a 1 pip trailing stop. So it does happen. It's just not very often. This one's looking good. Let's see if maybe we can catch this one trailing. I'm going to shrink this a little bit. Come on, you can do it. This is where you try and will the market to do your bidding. Boy, it's just staying in one spot. If you look at the number over here, it's fluctuating like crazy, but it's just back and forth, back and forth. But here we go. We're going to start trailing any second now. Or not. I should just keep my mouth shut so it'll just start trailing and get it over with. No, you're going the wrong way. See, and this is where I go in and speed it up and then I miss it altogether. Here we go, here we go. Oh, that was so close. How far is that? Let me see. How far? There it is, it's trailing. And over here, if you can, oh, there's a section over here on the screen, on the chart, that shows you how many pips you've locked. I'm going to place another trade because the trend, oops, I did that wrong. I did a buy instead of a sell because I was talking and trading at the same time. Good thing I don't do that on my live account. But if you look over here on the left, you'll see trailing stop, and it says waiting for trailing stop. And then as soon as the trailing starts, hey, this might actually start trailing. as soon as the trailing start, you'll see how many pips or points are locked. And I think we're about to see that. Come on, you can do this. Even though I placed the wrong trade, it seems to be going in my favor. There it is. See right here. 140, 150 points locked. So that's always, I love it. I love it when I can see that number there. That tells me no matter what happens at that point, I can't lose because my profit is locked. So even if the price starts going back in the direction against me, it's going to hit my stop and it's going to close the trade, and I'm going to have more money than I had before I opened that trade. So that's always a good thing. Look at that. I've placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, and I'm up $49. My profit target is $4 per trade, so I should only be up about $6. But since I'm aiming for double the target, so let's say I should be up well, no, I should be up $4. I should be up about $20, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Yeah, I should be up by $20. I'm up by 49, and that's mostly because I've got my min profit pips set to double what my take profit pips are. And I'll do some more videos later, kind of showing different variations of that. But right now, that's where I'm the most comfortable. That's the one that seems to work the best for me. Oh, I should probably have a trade going, huh? I'm going to place a sell just because the lines are pointing down. But I got a feeling, like if I look at the bars, that yeah, it's gone flat and it's actually working its way back up. But that's okay. It's okay to take an occasional loss, because like I said, the losses are rewarded with even bigger wins. Let's see if I can show that. Maybe I'll get lucky. I'm going to speed it up. No, this trade's going to win too. Yep. I can't lose if I want to. Boy, wouldn't that be a nice problem to have? Look at that. I'm just going crazy here. Okay, so come on, give me a loser. There, that guy's gonna lose. Okay, my lines are still pointing down, so I'm gonna still sell. Okay, so now you'll see my balance is 48 plus 48. My target is actually plus 86. But when this trade wins, I'm going to be well beyond 86. Right? If this trade wins. Which right now is looking like it's going to, but you never know. Oh, I don't want to speed this thing up. Alright. Okay, I'm going to speed it up just a smidge. Just for a second. There, it's in profit. I'm going to leave it alone now. Such a delicate balance here I have to find. Okay, here we go. Oh, look here. The lines are starting to point up now. So that flat period was probably like some kind of little consolidation, and now we're actually starting to reverse. But that doesn't mean I can't capture my 9 pips here. So let's see if I get lucky. Oh, come on. That's okay though. If I lose... Oh, this might actually be a loser. Ah. Well, it turned out to be a winner, but I didn't catch the trailing. I wanted to catch the trailing. So here, look at that. Remember, it showed the target balance of, I think it was 80 something, 88 or something like that. But I'm actually now at 142. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. My winning trades actually hit double the target, and so when I have a losing trade, the next winning trade has to restore all the loss, and then put me back at my target, right? But because I'm going for twice as many pips as my take profit pips, the result of that is that my trades. Ooh, I should place a trade while I'm yapping here. Okay, the result of that is that my trades, when I win after a loss, I actually win double my previous loss, and it puts me that much further. Ooh, look, a trail! It puts me that much further ahead of where I was in the first place. All right, so enough yapping. I just wanted to kind of show you. Let me show you give you a quick look at. That's what the chart looks like with the with the bars, the candlesticks. The thing about the candles is it takes the circles off of all my little arrows, and it makes it even harder to see where your trades are, right? But the line chart and the bar chart don't do that, right? And the line chart, I just hide the lines, the line graph, just because this particular strategy only requires me to see which direction my trend lines are pointing. And this strategy works really, really well, but you have to have enough money in your account to cushion consecutive losses. But from so far, it's unusual to have more than 2 consecutive losses. So it works really well, but yeah, with like everything, you got to be really careful, and there is definitely some risk involved. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm glad I was able to show you this cool feature. And like I said before, this is all happening in a strategy test. Until now, you've never been able to actually trade in the strategy tester. The strategy tester was designed for running automated, for EAs. And the EA would do all the trading for you. But I have it designed so that I can set a flag for the EA. The EA goes and places a trade when I tell it to, right? And so you can test your manual strategies in the strategy tester, which is really a cool feature. And thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.
All right, you are go.